It is finally summer. The moment I've been waiting for since the beginning of the school year. But there probably is some of us that are still doing school, that are still working, we're still busy. But no matter if you're super busy, no matter if you're free, no matter you're in between, don't forget about God this summer. We usually talk to God when we're stressed out, when we're overwhelmed, or when we're just going through something hard. But when life is easy, when summer comes and everything's just kind of died down a little bit and our routines change, how often do we actually spend time with Him, with that free time or with that new routine? I don't know about you, but I've definitely had moments where I've completely forgot about God. And that, honestly, I'm ashamed to say it, but it's not because I didn't love Him and it's not because I didn't care about Him, but it's because I was distracted. And it was because I didn't have my priorities straight. Today, I will be talking about how to honor God with your rest or in those slow seasons. What does it mean to actually rest? And why is our spiritual rest as important as our physical rest? In the Bible, it talks a lot about rest, not just taking a break or just relaxing, but about renewing ourselves, about bettering ourselves, about growing ourselves with God. It says in Genesis 2, verse 2 through 3, on the seventh day, God had finished his work of creation, so he rested from all his work, and God blessed the seventh day and declared it holy, because it was a day when he rested from all of his work of creation. A lot of us think that rest is just allowing our physical bodies to relax and allow our bodies to rejuvenate our energy. But really, rest is an opportunity to connect with God. It's to actually slow down and be in silence with him, not to speak, but to hear, to listen, to reflect on where we've been and where he's going to take us. And Jesus understood this very well. Even through his ministry, it was so busy and it was so hectic. And I don't know if y'all seen The Chosen, but when I was watching, I'm like, wow, like Jesus was there, and everybody wanted to speak to him. Imagine a celebrity. Everybody wants to talk to them. And that's how Jesus was. He was basically a celebrity of his time, but also hated, but he made sure he made his quiet time for God. He often withdrew to lonely places by himself to pray. As it says in Luke 5, verse 16, but Jesus often withdrew to the wilderness for prayer. This tells us that rest isn't just about stopping work, stopping what we're doing, but it's about being intentional with our time in God's presence. Let's be real. In today's world, rest doesn't always look like true peace. We think resting means scrolling on TikTok for hours, binge watching a show on Netflix, or filling up our schedule with things to distract us. Excuse me, I'm sorry. But when we do that, our souls still stay exhausted. I don't know if you ever noticed, but when you're scrolling on TikTok or watching a show, like for me, I get bored and I just, I still feel tired. I still feel exhausted for no reason. But I feel like I think I'm resting, but I'm not. Because even if our bodies are relaxing, our souls are still draining. We're still draining our soul. Because the only one who can replenish our soul and replenish our energy is God. He's the only one. That's why honoring God with our rest means more than just taking time off. It means making space for Him. A few summers ago, I went on a trip, my family and I, to Mexico. Mexico. And honestly, it was so much fun. And if you know me, you know I love to eat and I love to try new foods. So, I was enjoying every little bit of Mexico. And I was enjoying their playas, their beaches, and it was so much fun. And honestly, I was having the best time ever. But I went days until I realized that I hadn't even talked to God. I hadn't read my Bible. I hadn't even prayed. I didn't I haven't even worshiped him. But I not because I didn't forget. I did forget about him, but not because I was rejecting him. Again, not because I didn't love him, but because I was distracted. Because I didn't have my priorities straight. It says in Psalm 16:11, "You will show me the way of life, granting me the joy of your presence and the pleasures of living with you forever." God had blessed me with that trip. But I hadn't acknowledged him, nor had I was was making space for him. I wasn't even thanking him for the trip because he's the one who gave me that blessing of a trip. And when I realized that, I realized rest isn't supposed to be without God. It's supposed to, it's supposed to be with him. He literally made rest. And he made it for us. So we can rest with him, so we can be with him. So this summer I encourage you, I challenge you, don't just rest physically, rest spiritually. I have 5 ways that you can rest with God this summer. Number one is start your day with one verse a day. Either if that's in the Bible app that you open up, it's a daily verse, or it's a verse that speaks to you the night before you read your Bible, or maybe the morning of reading your Bible, or the day of reading your Bible. Just pick out one verse that you can memorize that you can just think of or act on during that day. And number two is praying before your meals. Even if it's a snack, anything, just thank God for it because he's the one who blessed you with that. And bless and ask him to allow this nourishment to your body, allow it to nourish your body, even if it's a cookie. Just thank him for it. Because little by little, you start praying more. You start thinking about him more. And number three is spend time outdoors and thank him for his creation. I wanted to make this video outside, not only because of number three, but because I realized that I was spending too much time inside and I was making most of my videos inside. And I was like, let's change it up a little bit, you know? So I'm out here and it's hot, but it's a beautiful day and it's gorgeous out here and it's windy, so which helps. But just thank him for everything. And there was like bugs crawling all over here and I was kind of like, I don't really like do bugs, but you know what? They're his creation too. Just thank him for it and just enjoy the creation he gave you. He gave all of this for our enjoyment because he loves us. And number four is take a Sabbath day. Set aside one day for him, whether that's Sunday, the normal day, or whether that's any time in the week that you can set aside for him. And even if you can't set aside a whole day, at least 15 minutes a day, an hour, just worshiping him, praying to him, reading his word, anything you can think of building a deeper relationship with God, do it. And number five is remove distractions, whether that's social media, games, your phone, people, whatever it is that's distracting you away from God, cut it off. Get rid of it. And even if you have to ask God for help, because we don't have the strength of our own to do it. So just ask for his help into removing those distractions. Because rest isn't just about taking a break, it's about finding true peace in God. It's about being in his presence and enjoying it. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I love you so much, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.